Hi guys, Rob Davis with eXp Australia. I just wanted to come to you with this little bit of video comparing the numbers, traditional offices versus eXp Australia. So I wanted to go over that with you and provide you a little bit more information so that if you're thinking about making a move to eXp Australia, you'll have some more information for you. So we'll start off by saying that the world of business is changing very fast in all areas, and real estate is no different. Think disruptive technology. And if we look at the screen, you can see, remember Blockbuster? They used to be everywhere, and now there is one store left in the world, and it's in Bend, Oregon, USA. What happened to Blockbuster was that they thought that they needed brick and mortar locations to be able to provide entertainment to their clients. What happened was Netflix came along with disruptive technology, and over time took complete market share and forced the closure of Blockbuster. We can see here as well a yellow taxi. And yes, there are lots of taxis still out there, but just think of the impact and the market share they have lost to companies like Uber, Ola, and Didi. Disruptive technology is changing the way we do business, not to mention what Amazon has done to retail and other such things. Disruptive technology has come to the real estate industry in Australia with eXp Australia. What would happen if you took a leap of faith and partnered with eXp Australia, part of the fastest growing cloud-based real estate company on the planet, eXp Realty, now with over 30,000 agents worldwide? Let's compare eXp Australia to a traditional office. The following information is a comparison of a commission-only sales rep or agent or an independent contractor working under two different models, the traditional real estate model versus the eXp Australia's model. The purpose of this is to clearly identify the net income achieved by a sales rep or agent after all the costs have been removed, eXp Australia versus traditional. The terms that have been used for comparison are modeled on common offerings from boutique and franchise models, and it's recognized, of course, that each office may have their own unique nuances, a little bit different here or there, but these are the broad general scope of what's available in the industry. You'll notice the little stop sign in the corner there, then the word is capped. Before we start, I need to explain to you the capped model system. eXp Australia uses a cap model system, which is very common in the United States, but not common in Australia at all. So we use a cap model system with commission splits between its agents and the company. It simply means that at a certain production point in gross commission settled, the company takes no more of the commission dollars, and the agent moves to receiving 100% of the commissions that they generate. Thus, the company split is capped. All agents at eXp Australia are on the same commission split, which starts each anniversary year as a 70-30 split. 70% going to the agent, 30% going to eXp Australia on the first $100,000 GCI that's settled for the year. After the agent has capped, they receive 100% of the commissions they produce. Now let's have a look at some examples. Let's compare the pair before the cap. So on the left-hand side, we have a traditional office split, 50-50. And on the right, we have the eXp Australia split, 70-30. So let's look at the traditional office first. I'm assuming 2 deals per month, an average of 10,000 GCI in each deal for a monthly total of $20,000 in GCI. So after the 50-50 split, the rep has 10,000 to play with. And depending on your setup there, you could have 0 fees or up to 1,000 or more in franchise fees or desk fees. We're going to assume no fees. It's very common to have a file fee. The last place I worked, the file fee was $500, split 50-50 with a company. So the rep would have a $250 for each property. So I've put here $500 rep cost for the file for each property. It's really $250 for each property, which when we take all those costs out, it's a net gross income of $9,500 for the month. And if you've got that additional $1,000 desk fee or franchise fee, then that would bring it down to $8,500. So you're looking at a monthly net cost to the rep of $10,500 to $11,500 to work at that company. Now, if we go over to the right-hand side of the screen and we look at the eXp Australia split, remember, this is before the cap. Same deal, 2 deals per month, same exact thing. The rep is going to have $14,000 income, and after the split, there are no fees, so that's not applicable. There is a monthly membership fee of $220. It's really $199 plus GST, but I just call it $220. There's an additional $250 plus GST. I just labeled it $275 transaction fee payable on settlement for each of the deals. So in this particular case, that would make it $550. So the gross net income to the rep is $13,230. All right. So there's a little bit of a difference that you can see developing here. The monthly net cost of the rep is $6,770 in the months before capping. So the cap has been set at $100,000. So each month goes by. If the month was exactly like this, you would have capped by the end of May. Now, let's compare the pair after the cap is reached at eXp. Now, on the left-hand side with the traditional office, it's exactly the same with the same cost structure, so nothing has changed there. But if we go and review on the right-hand side, the eXp Australia split of 100%, same 2 deals per month, 10,000 GCI each, $20,000 GCI total, $20,000 to the rep after the split, no fees. Of course, we have our monthly membership fee, which includes all of your subscriptions to things like CoreLogic and your CRM, Agent Box, and those kinds of things. And then we have our $275 transaction fee payable at settlement, again, $550 each, which would mean that our gross net income per month, once you've capped, in this scenario, would be $19,230. So the monthly net cost to the rep would be $770. Now, what I'd like to do now is show you what that looks like after 12 months. And let's assume that it's your first 12 months at eXp Australia. So we get all those costs really highlighted. Here, this slide will show the complete comparison of 12 months working under the traditional model or 12 months looking at or working with the eXp Australia model. So first, the traditional office split. That's a 50-50 split. We had 24 deals at 10,000 GCI each, which was 240,000 GCI total, 120,000 to the rep after the split. Again, we're assuming no fees, no franchise fees, no desk fees, those royalties, those kinds of things. Again, same file cost, which would cost $6,000 over the course of the year. And after all that, the gross net income to the rep would be $114,000 would be the income, unless you're on that desk fee scenario. And so your yearly net cost to be a rep at a traditional office under this scheme would be somewhere between $126,000 and $138,000. That's how much a rep under that scheme would pay for the privilege of working. Now let's have a look at the eXp model. Now this again takes into consideration the 70-30 split, then migrated or capped to the 100% model. So 24 deals, the same as on the traditional side, $10,000 each, 240,000 GCI total. After the rep split, you'd have $200,000, $200,000 and $760. There's a one-time joining fee. So this isn't every year. This is just one time, but I've said this is your first year. So there's a one-time joining fee of $199 plus GST, and you get your business cards and some stationery and brochures and all those kinds of things with that. It's about $500. Your professional photos and all that is about $500 worth of value in that fee. Again, there's no desk fees or royalties or franchise fees applicable, and we have our monthly membership fee thrown in there. And after we've compiled those 24 transactions, we would have paid $6,600 into the transaction fees, which there's a big bonus, which I won't cover in this particular video about that. So don't worry, you can get that back if you qualify. So what that means is you are left with a gross net income of $200,540. So your yearly net cost to be a rep with EXP on this model would, or the way we have it set up here, comparing apples with oranges or apples with apples, however you want to say it, is your yearly net cost would be $39,460. That's an $83,460 positive difference, more income with EXP Australia. And I would say that's a massive difference to your bottom line. I mean, just think, for doing the exact same work, for working as hard, using the knowledge and skills you already have, you'd have $83,460 more gross income to work with. How good would that be? Now, I want to share just briefly a couple of other things about EXP Real Estate. Did you know that EXP Australia has a virtual office? Some of you would know that, and others of you wouldn't. It's an actual virtual office. It's a campus where you can walk around as a virtual person. You have your own avatar. You can see there's a lady there with blonde hair. You can see at the top right, there's people sitting around a boardroom discussing things. I was in a meeting just like that today. There were people from British Columbia. There was someone from New York. There were people in Victoria. There were people in Queensland and myself. And we were all collaborating about how we can move forward and do great things with EXP. There's training facilities. We had our annual convention, you know, with things having been stopped for travel internationally and even domestically. We were able to create a brand new convention center, the same as if you went to Eric or if you were at Darling Harbour or whatnot. This is just a sample of the supplier or vendor booths that were present there. And I'd say EXP World gives you technology like you've never seen for training, for collaboration, and for tech support. Just on tech support, I had an issue with my computer. I logged in through the EXP World. I went to tech support. I got a ticket, just like you would get maybe a ticket at a restaurant. I got a ticket. The people from tech support reached out to me via one of our platforms. They scheduled a time that was mutually available, and through TeamViewer, they accessed my computer. They fixed the problem. It took about 25 minutes for them to fix the problem. And guess how much I got charged for that? Zero. No charge. That's part of being a part of EXP, and that's part of my monthly service charges that I would be paying. They were very happy to help me in that situation. At my previous employer, which was a great company, they had a third-party tech support company. And if I would have had to have that same bit of work done on my computer, that would have cost me somewhere, depending on the time involved, somewhere between $59 and $118 for that same repair. Now, imagine if that happened to you once or maybe twice in a quarter. That's additional money going out. With EXP, we're here to support you as an agent to do your work, and that's part of the services that we provide. Did you know that every EXP Australia rep or agent has access to the business lounges with Regis Office shared workspace providers, and you get an app on your smartphone for access? All you have to do is show the app. It'll have a little bit of a passport in that app as you go into the office. And this happens to be my local Regis, and I could go in there at any time and use that workspace. But if I was traveling within Australia and I needed to go, I was in Sydney and I needed to go and get some workspace quickly, I could simply go on the app, find the closest location, go in there, and I could print something off. I could meet with clients. So there's really some fantastic options. And again, that's included in your monthly fee that you pay to EXP. We also have the ability to work and collaborate anywhere with EXP Australia. We use some of the biggest names available in the real estate space. We use CoreLogic, and that is, of course, all these things are available on your phone, but here's some examples. CoreLogic, we use AgentBox. So the other day I was sitting at a restaurant. I realized I needed to load a home open time. I simply pulled up AgentBox on my phone, went to the property, put in the appropriate time, hit save, bam, fed out to all the real estate portals, realestate.com, domain, all those places that need to get all that information. Fantastic. I didn't have to call the office, speak to the receptionist, hope she took down the right message, hope she didn't have a tech problem, hope she didn't get interrupted. I just knew automatically that that home open time was loaded. Fantastic. And additionally, we use Workplace by Facebook for collaboration. It functions exactly like Facebook does, but everybody that's in that is a part of EXP around the world. And whether you picked up on it or not, there are over 30,000 people with EXP globally and growing every single day. So we have work from anywhere technology, the power to do business in the palm of your hand. Now, if you'd like to learn more, you think it's something you should at least explore. To learn more about EXP Australia or to see if you qualify to join the EXP family, contact me directly. Again, my name is Rob Davis with EXP Australia, and my number is 0439 843 776. You can also shoot me an email at rob.davis@expaustralia.com.au. And we host a free weekly Zoom call to explain more in depth. We do that every Tuesday afternoon. So guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for watching this video. Love to see you explore your options with EXP so that you can have a better career.